Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of FTB Beyond. I have been doing some grind between episodes. I have been doing some major grind. I upgraded to a vibrant jetpack with the armor, so now we actually have a pretty decent hover mode, good enough for building with, which is definitely good. Still want to get creative flight at some point, but for now, this will work. And the nice thing about this is it lets you move around the world really, really fast. So I think we'll stick with the jetpack for the time being. I've also been preparing for today's episode, and I think I have everything I need. I think. Knowing me, I probably did forget something obvious, and we'll still have to do a little bit of crafting together, but for the most part, I think I have all the resources and everything that I'm going to need for today's episode. So, you're probably wondering, what are we doing today? Well, I was exploring more dimensions off camera, and I came across something absolutely fantastic. Somewhere, where? Ooh, oh no, we already found the block of gold one. Obsidian, it must be on the next page. Draconium quartz. Ah, here it is. That's right. I put it off in the corner. We have I found the block of emerald dimlet, so we can now get enough emeralds to essentially break the game. Not that they're really that useful for too much, but the big thing is my storage system over here. All of these different things, the highest tier of upgrade involves emeralds, and I need 4 emeralds for each of these upgrades. And what I'd ultimately like to have in all of these storage drawers is 4 of those highest tier upgrades and then a void upgrade as well in all of these drawers. And we have, 7 by 4, like 100 and some drawers? So that's a lot of emeralds, and that's going to be very expensive. But if we can get into an emerald dimlet, we'll be in really good shape. The bad news is that the emerald dimlet requires 80,000 RF per tick to build and 20,000 RF per tick to maintain. That's a lot of power. That is a lot of power. So we are going to have to be, basically we're going to have to upgrade our power generation. Right now we're producing about 20,000 RF per tick, and we need to upgrade that very significantly, and I figured this would be a good opportunity to play around and do something that I haven't been able to do since 1.7.10. Sure, we could upgrade our big reactor and make it super OP, but that's not as fun. What we're going to do is we're going to set up a whole bunch of magmatic dynamos from thermal expansion. Alright guys, I am back. I've got the room all done, and I think it looks pretty good. This is where all the dynamos are going to go. We're going to have 5 rows of dynamos, and they'll be spread out right in there. So this should work out pretty well, I think. So now what we need to do is we need to actually make and place all those dynamos. Luckily, as I said, I did some significant work grinding between episodes to prepare for all this, so I think I should just be able to go like that and have 25 dynamos. And then we can go like this and have 25 resonant conversion kits. And then we can take our auxiliary transmission coils and our isentropic reservoirs, that's a mouthful, and we should be good. I think that's amazing. Okay, so now we need a few other things. We're going to need ender fluid conduits, and we're going to need vibrant. We'll need the ender energy conduits. Yeah. I had to think for a minute there. But let's get all of this ready to go as well. We don't have thermal dynamics. This would look much cooler with thermal dynamics, but we don't have it. So we're going to have to make do with ender IO conduits, but that's okay, because they will also help make this a bit more compact. See, here's the thing. When you put them next to each other, like this, they face into each other. It's a little funky, and you can't wrench them to change it. So they have to go like this if you want to have all the wiring relatively clean, which I'm okay with that, honestly. That's all right. One of those... Oh, okay. Oh, nearly had a heart attack there. I was like, did I not make enough? Okay, so that is all good. We have a whole bunch of thermal dynamos. So that is good. Now, what we need to do is we need to make sure that all of these are wired up. And there's a couple ways we could go about doing this. The Ender IO energy conduits have to go on this end, because this is the side where the power generation comes out of, okay? So that's a thing that we need to do. Now, as for hooking up the fluid stuff, there's a couple ways we could go about doing that. The nice thing about Ender energy, these Ender fluid conduits, is that you can actually run multiple fluids through the same conduits, which is pretty awesome. That's incredibly awesome, in fact. So I think if I go through here and we do fluids running into all of these, I think we'd be okay. Now, the thing is, I don't know that I necessarily want to do that. The other option would be to go underneath and insert all the fluids from one side. Maybe we should experiment with this a little. Let's do some science. Let's science this a little bit, guys. So, what we're going to do is we're ultimately going to put 3 of these transmission coils and 1 of these isentropic reservoirs into each dynamo. That means that it's going to produce the maximum amount of RF per tick possible, 760 per dynamo, but it also means that it's going to need not only fuel, but also some sort of coolant as well. So that is something to keep in mind. So for our coolant, what we're going to do is I'm going to make 2 drums, and then we'll make 2 reinforced large drums, and since we have demon ingots, we'll make 2 of these demonically gargantuan drums. Each one of these things is pretty ridiculous. It holds... do I have a bucket of anything? Sure, fire water. Look at this. 65... yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Basically, that is 65,000 buckets is what it comes out to. Or 65.5 million millibuckets, which is why the number there is super big, because you can see 1 bucket is 1,000. So that is essentially what we're going to use to store our materials, and in one, we're going to put lava, and in the other, we're going to put water. So let's grab some buckets here. Go away thing. Here we go. Let's grab a couple buckets, and let's fill each one of these up just a little bit, okay? So we'll go water, water. Oh, I hate the fact that water does that in this game sometimes. See what I mean? Like now it's flowing because it flows down and it looks super out of place. There we go. How much do I have in here? 4 buckets. Good enough. That'll allow us to science this. And then we need to get one for lava as well. And there happens to be some lava right over here. And the horses apparently want to play in it, I guess. Either way, we can put a bunch of this. In fact, I may actually just clear out this whole thing. We'll see. How much is in there? 11 buckets. Good enough for now. Okay? So, let's science this. Let's science this and see if I can run one conduit to each dynamo and have this work properly. So let's just use this guy right here as a temporary example. Let's grab our Yeta wrench, and we say you. Oh, just kidding. Let's get rid of that input, okay? And we'll say you, insert. Then we'll run this conduit up. And right here, I'll put one drum. Right here, I'll put the other drum. We need to we need to upgrade all of these to resonant as well. Don't worry, I'll do most of that off camera. We'll put our 1 augment in and 3 of those. And now, I believe if I set this to extract always and this to extract always. Yeah, look at that. It fills up with water and lava, even though there's only 1 conduit running into it. So that is super, super useful. And it actually goes through the water relatively slowly. And you can see it's producing... I wonder if it's because this thing doesn't have full coolant? Maybe? When I checked it in a creative testing world, it worked 760 RF per tick using water as a coolant. So I don't know. Oh no, now it's dropping. Why is it dropping so much? Oh, the rate varies according to demand. Okay, so because we're not outputting this energy anywhere, that's why the rate is going down significantly. Okay, that makes sense. So, long story short, what needs to happen is I'll have 2 drums, 1 each for the lava and the water, and then I'll run that to all of these guys, okay? And that is basically going to be the plan, but I need to get them all upgraded, I need to get them all working properly, and then we can worry about how we're going to actually get water and lava over here. So, let me get to work, and I'll come back to you. Alright guys, I am back. I've got it all wired up, and I think it actually looks pretty cool. Like, it looks super complicated, but it's really not. But it looks amazing. If this was thermodynamic stuff, though, oh man, that would look so gorgeous. But it's okay. So, over here, for water, I decided to just wire up a SIG from cooking for blockheads. This is essentially an infinite water source in a block. So, I'm just pulling infinite water out of here, and it can feed into all of the dynamos, and this thing really doesn't, it doesn't do too bad as far as the whole, like, thing. So we're gonna actually leave this flux point. Actually, I'll put it here, but I won't actually do anything with it just yet. Oh, oops, I go back. Huh, I don't know why it's trying to connect to this Ender IO fluid conduit, but hey, whatever, it's okay. Actually, you know what, let's just get rid of that conduit. It's not needed anyway. But this is going to be our flux plug, which will ultimately send power onto the network once the time comes. Now, what I need to do is I need to put a dimensional transceiver down, and we're going to run another one of these into here, and I'm just going to say lava. Lava's the only thing that I actually want to put into this particular drum. So if it all gets used up, this will still only insert lava, which is what I want, okay? And then we'll say receive. Actually, there is no power on this network. So let's say Welsknight and send receive. Okay, so it's gonna receive. Actually, you know what? I've changed my mind. Let's get rid of that, and let's just say lava. This is the only thing I want coming through this dimensional transceiver. Okay, and then we do need this thing to have power as well. So I'm just gonna put a flux plug on the dimensional transceiver, because without power, it won't work at all. So that's kind of an important thing. I think that should be good, though. We're getting lava. Over here, we do need, oh yeah, we do need to say extract always. And once again, just in case, let's say lava. Okay, so that should all be good. Let's take, well, I think that's going to be all that we need. Okay, so we have the, what's the word I'm looking for? The framework? The foundation in place. So now what we need to do is set up a way to generate massive quantities of lava. And there's a few ways that we can go about doing this, okay? We could try to create lava. If we look at lava, there's several ways to get it. We can try to burn obsidian, cobblestone, or netherrack in a magma crucible. It takes 120,000 RF to make 1 bucket of lava. If you use netherrack, blaze rods, 20,000 RF, but it only makes 1/4 of a bucket. You know, I mean, there's a few options there. Or we can pump it from somewhere. Now, wouldn't it be great if Minecraft had a dimension or something where you could just get massive quantities of lava all the time very easily? Like, oh, maybe the nether. There's a thought. Just saying. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set up essentially a quarry for liquids in the nether, because we've got this giant, massive, humongous lava lake over here, right? Like, there's so much lava, and we're going to take advantage of that to pump all of this out and put it in our quarry. There's a few options for what we could use to do that. There's a couple pumps. There's in this pack, there's the pump from ranged pumps, there's the fluid pump from immersive engineering, and then there are like the extra utilities mining, although this says allows pumping of water, so I don't know if that one actually works for lava. What we are going to use is the RF Tools Builder, because it also has a pump mode. And the nice thing about the RF Tools Builder, no ghast, no. The nice thing about the RF Tools Builder is that you don't need to babysit it as much. It takes more power than the ranged pump, but it also, this thing has a maximum range of 64 blocks in every direction, so 128 by 128. This guy can do up to a 512 by 512 area, which means I have to come back in and update the pump 5 times more if I use the range pump version. So I'm going to go with this one. I think this is the better option overall for what we're looking to do. And let's just kind of figure out space-wise. Lava Lake kind of comes over there, kind of comes over this way. I'm thinking we'll start by pumping out basically this whole lava lake. We'll say, like, maybe starting... Wow, it actually goes quite a ways in this direction, too. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of lava from this. This will be good. Oh, and there goes my jetpack sounds. It's a little funky like that. Okay. Oh, and the other nice thing about this as well is I can actually just put it up here. And it'll be able to pump out the area that I specify. But just to make it easy on us, I think we'll put it like right about... Maybe like right here. Let's just put it right here. And we'll say, I'm going to mark this spot on my map, new, and I'm going to say lava pump. And that way I can find it again. And then just to make sure, let's make sure this is all good. Good. I wanted to make sure that would all be contained within a single chunk, and it looks like it will be. So we need this to receive power. We also need the Tesseract to receive power, and we do not need it to send or receive items whatsoever. We do, however, need it to send lava. That's important, okay? So it's going to send lava through the Tesseract and into our drum over there. Then we're going to take a shape card, the clearing pump. I'm going to right-click this, and this works basically just like the other the other quarry. It's super easy, okay? So if we come over this way, wow, that's a really big lava lake. We can come over here and say, hey, start mining at that block, right? And that's about 200 meters away, so we'll go like 100 meters in this direction, which will be, let's see, we'll say about here or so. And then we're going to go this way for a ways. Let's go to maybe like here-ish. And what we're going to have to do over here is dig down a bit. And we're going to have to do it kind of carefully, okay? Because what we want to do is we want to make sure we get all this lava that's underneath. I do have a potion of fire resistance on me if I happen to run into nasty stuff. But we want to figure out where the lava ends. And I think I don't think we're down, I think we're down a little too deep. Because what I'm trying to do here, ultimately, is make sure that it's just getting the lava. I don't want it to get the lava and a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, lava. We found it. Okay. That'll do. We'll say right there. That seems like a good spot for it. Okay? So now, where did I was up here? Actually, you know, the other thing we could do, let's just do it this way. Well, no. You know what? This is fine. This will get us all the lava that we need and then some. And we'll come back and revise the whole thing later. Let's turn off our chunk borders. We'll toss that guy into here. And I forgot a lever. I forgot a way to give myself a redstone signal. Luckily, I am a professional Minecrafter and carry the necessary stuff to make levers around with me. Boop. There we go. We're going to take out the clearing card, throw in the ranged pump card, or the clearing pump. And then if we go into here, we should be able to chunk load this thing. And if I do this, it should start clearing out all the lava. This thing does need to chunk load. I found out. It needs chunk loading. However, it seems to be going, not scanning. Why is it not scanning? State on. Did I give it too much? Liquid lava? Oh, you know what it is? I'll bet you that the area where on the other end isn't chunk loaded, and that's why it's running into problems. So, let's head back to our portal. And that would, let's see if we can solve our issue that way. Because come to think of it, I don't think I chunk loaded the area that far away from my house. Because it was over kind of on the other side of town. Let's see. Yeah, see, this wasn't chunk loaded at all. Okay, cool. So that's fine. So now, if we come down here, we should see lava. No? No lava? No lava, huh? Don't receive, just receive lava. You can do it. Insert. Oh, man. Well, let me do some troubleshooting, guys. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I think I got it figured out. That was a bit harder than I thought it was going to be. apparently, with the builder, even though you can quarry blocks directly into a dimensional transceiver, for whatever reason, you can't quarry fluids directly into a dimensional transceiver. Don't ask me why that's the case, but apparently it is. But all of these dynamos are now online, and they're all producing power, although they're not producing a whole lot of it right now. That's because they're just hooked up to this network right here, which isn't really doing a whole lot of stuff, okay? We're not using, I don't know if we're even using a small portion of our power right now. But I'll bet you just about anything. If I tried to build a custom dimension, I'll bet you that power cost, that those dynamos will start producing a lot more power. So let's give this a try, and maybe we'll try this with some dimension that isn't as important as my emerald one. Let's maybe give this a try with like our I know somewhere I had like a block of gold, or maybe like a reinforced glass. That could be, well, no, that has a relatively low cost. Resonating ore, dimensional shard ore. There we go. That should be right within our general kind of maintenance cost. So if I throw that up, I need to make a dimensional tab thing real quick. Let's make one of those. There we go. If I throw that in here, and I say you, there are dangling modifiers in the description. What's that mean? Does that mean that I need to do all the things? Like I have to do biome and everything first? Because that would be unfortunate. Let's just grab, is there like a plains? Although I suppose there really isn't. Let's just grab any of them. It doesn't really matter. So if I go here, warn. Put these dimlets before the thing you want to change. Modifier for terrain. So there's other things that I have to put in here, but I don't know what. Put the empty dimension tab in a dimension inscriber where you can construct a dimension using dimlets. Although, actually, you know what? I think, now that I think about it, I think that means that, like, I haven't customized everything that can be customized? I think? Creation, 41,000. Maintenance, 10 RF per tick. I'm not liking the look of 10 RF per tick when it's supposed to have a much higher one than that. You know what? Let's give it a try. Let's take a peek, see how this works. If I toss this guy in here, let's just see. That's using a lot of power now. So let's quick run over and check on our things. How much are you guys producing now? 76. 76 RF per tick. Why are you not producing more than that? Probably because I have enough power built up. We need something that's really going to kind of push it to the limit. Maybe we go take a look at the dimension? I mean, it's built. It's built. It's running at 30 RF per tick. It's getting power. It's slowly filling up. That thing's almost empty. You know what? Let's give this a try. Let's just see. Dial once. And hope that we don't die in the process. That's the plan. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't kill me. Pretty please. Cross your fingers. I'm hoping. This is the longest loading screen ever. I'm worried. Game? Okay. We are alive. Oh, good. I did bring my charged porter back with me. There's a lot of snow, though. Like, you can't see anything because it's just snow. Oh, is this all? No, that's not dimensional shard ore. Wait, what? No, this is dimensional pattern blocks. And it's just rejuvenating itself? What? That's very strange. Maybe this wasn't the place to go for our dimensional ores. It says I wanted to get dimensional shard ore, but this is all... I mean, this is all just pattern blocks, and these just, like, replenish themselves afterwards? Like, look at that. They just poof back. I don't know. Something went horribly wrong here. Let's head back. Okay, guys, I am back. That was very strange. It didn't... That took way, way too long to teleport. So I want to try something. And I want to show you guys how to do this in case you haven't before. Oh, we lost the dimensional ore. Oh, it didn't... that's unfortunate. Will, can I? No. Oh, wait. No, that's this one. That was this one right here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I was very concerned there for a minute. Okay, so we have this dimension, and this dimension is really weird and not good. So if you want to get rid of this and just delete it forever, all you have to do is type RFT-dim, safe delete, or safe del, and then the ID number for the dimension. And now, it's gone. It's gone completely. So that can really help you kind of keep your world size under control and all that kind of stuff. We did add a ton of potential power generation, but it looks like it's not really being used to its full potential, not even close. I'm not even using a fraction of the potential power. Although, one thing I do want to check, it's only using like 76 RF per tick right now, but I'm curious, what happens if I turn off my reactor? How will it perform if we just deactivate the reactor entirely for a little bit? Let's go see. I should still be quarrying stuff. And we can activate our mob farm as well, come to think of it. Turn you guys on. There we go. Let's see if we're getting a lot more power out of these now. It's not saying so. I suppose the other option would be I could hook up like a capacitor bank or something, so it would charge to that. And that would give me a decent amount of power as well. Maybe. Let's just see. Farms are on. This thing is draining power. Actually, you know what? Let's just break that for a minute. We'll just break that one altogether. That way it stops draining from my reactor. And that means everything, all power for my entire network should now be coming from these guys. And still nothing. Like, actually, come to think of it, I think they only run at full capacity. I think it's based on how far this is. So if this drains all the way down, it'll go up to 760 RF per tick. Maybe, something like that. I honestly don't know for sure. Let me know in the comments below. Either way, though, guys, I am out of time for this episode. I'm sure you guys know, at least some of you know better than me when it comes to that stuff, that you've played around a little bit more with the new thermal expansion than I have. But as I said, guys, I'm out of time. So, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.